Best wishes to all of us. I'm Maria Roswita Mue from 12 EPS 7 will present my scientific paper. Word. Praise and gratitude. The author congratulates God Almighty because for His grace and guidance, the author can complete scientific papers with the title The Impact of the Spread of the Coronavirus on the Economic Growth and of the Bella Village Community. Thank you the author gives to the principal and all teachers of SMAKS Regina Pacis Bajawa who have got and profit teaching during the writing process. Thank you also to the author's parents who have profit support and assistance to authors during the writing process and all colleagues who have helped the success of the scientific papers. Finally, the authors I hope the scientific work can provide insight into knowledge for readers and can be useful for anyone. Chapter 1 Preliminary. Number 1 Background. At the beginning of the year 2020, the world was shocked by the emergence of a deadly virus which has become a disturbing global pandemic. The coronavirus, the first appeared in the city of Wuhan, China, at the end of August 2019, has spread to various countries. The virus appears with symptoms such as fever, choke, runny nose, and sore throat is predicted to have entered Indonesia in the third week of January. And on the 2nd of March 2020, for the first time, the government announced two positive cases of COVID-19 in Indonesia. The coronavirus has a very fast spread rate. In 1 second, this virus can eat up to 10 victims. It does not rule out that this virus can risk of death. To break the chain of distribution, various policies have been carried out by the government, such as the policy of social distancing and the policy of staying at home. Both of these policies required people to carry out all their activities, whether they are working, studying, and praying at home. However, in reality, these two policies are deemed not optimal in the preventing the transmission of coronavirus. The government finally issued a large-scale social restriction policy. The policy requires all transportation routes, both land, air, and sea, to be closed. The emergence of the police has had a huge impact in almost all the areas of life, not only the health sector, the political, social, and economic sector were also affected by the coronavirus pandemic. The closure of the transportation route, of course, hinders the economic activities of the community. The economic growth of the community is, of course, disrupted. This is felt not only in areas that may still be in the green zone. This economic problem is also felt by the people of the Blah village. Based on the background, the authors are interested in raising this theme with the title The Impact of the Spread of Coronavirus on the Economic Growth of the Village Community in Defense, to be used as a scientific paper. Number 2. Formulation of the problem. Based on this background, the problem formulation of this scientific paper is to reveal 1. What feelings did the Black people community experience during the COVID-19 pandemic? 2. What is the impact of the spread of the coronavirus on the economic ground of the people of Bela village? 3. What actions are taken by the community to overcome economic problems amid the COVID-19 outbreak? 4. What is the role of the government in dealing with the economic problems of the Blah village community amid the COVID-19 outbreak? Number 3. Research purpose. Based on the formulation of the problem, the research objectives of the scientific paper are 1. To find out the feelings experienced by the people of Bela village during the COVID-19 pandemic. 2. To find out the impact of the spread of the coronavirus on the economic ground of the Bela village community. 3. Now the actions taken by community to overcome economic problems amid the COVID-19 pandemic. 4. Now the role of the government in dealing with the economic problems of the Bela village community. Number 4. Benefits of research. 1. Be able to find knowledge, insight in the field of economics, especially those related to economic problems. 2. Can provide insight to readers about the impact of the spread of coronavirus on the economy. 3. Assist authors in completing graduation requirements. Chapter 4. Discussion. Number 1. The feelings experienced by the people of Blah Village during the COVID-19 pandemic. At the beginning of the emergence of the coronavirus, various responses emerged from the Indonesian people, as well as the people of Blah Village. Some began to be careful and adopt a healthy lifestyle. But more people did not care and seemed to understand and even made this virus a joke. Uncertainty, confusion, and emergence are felt by the people of Bela today. The uncertainty in the knowing when the plague will end has made many groups of people, especially the middle and lower class, concerned about their fate. Fear of death is a fundamental feeling in today's society life that goes on as usual without a livelihood makes it difficult for them to make ends meet. The presence of the coronavirus, which threatens everyone, makes a person distribute, and the impact can be as severe as the impact if infected with the coronavirus itself. Number 2, the impacts of the coronavirus on the economic growth of the Bela village community. When a country or a region decides to lock down for a while, of course the economic impact for the middle to lower class groups will be very worrying. The economy of the community, which is only supported by income on that day, also makes income very vulnerable because when they don't work, their income is also not there. This is different from the people who work as employees even though they do not work 2 weeks because their work from home at the beginning of the month is still intact. On the other hand, those who work as farmers, petty traders, farm laborers, construction workers, drivers, motorcycle taxis, of course, are very vulnerable to poverty. Farmers who are starting to worry because their crop yields are decreasing due to the current larger number of unemployed people. The income of motorcycle taxis drivers has decreased dramatically due to the lack of patients contraction force who have lost contraction project as well as kiosk traders who admit to lack of customers and are anxious about the rising price of basic foodstuff. Number 3, actions taken by the community to overcome economic problems amid the COVID-19 outbreak. To overcome the problem of the financial crisis, actions taken by the community are 1. Reorganizing finances, 2. Talking education, 3. Make a fast loan, 4. Planning something strategical. Society's most important tip is stop spending money on unnecessary things. Always evaluate finance and start saving. Number 4. The role of the government in dealing with the economic problems of the people of Bela village in the midst of the coronavirus outbreak. The government continues to make various efforts to improve the people's economy after the COVID 19 pandemic. There are many things that must be done to boost economic growth after the pandemic. One of them is by providing various donations in the form of money and basic necessities. A cash direct assistance or BLT. BLT funds are funds originating from village funds that were previously used for infrastructure development, such as roads and bridges. BLT recipients are people whose economies are affected by the coronavirus. The amount is 600,000 rupiah per month. The people of the Martial village who received this assistance were as many as 30 family hits. B. Cash Social Assistance or BST. BST provides fund of 600,000 rupiah to the public for 3 months, namely April, May, and June 2020. However, it will be extended again until December 2020, with the value of the money decreasing to 300,000 rupiah. Chapter 5 Closing 1. Conclusion. Economy is one of the important factors in the people's daily life. It can be ascertained that in human life it always intersects with economic needs. But there are problems that describe the economy of the community, such as the problem currently being felt, namely the emergence of the coronavirus, which has become a global pandemic. The emergence of the virus describes human life, especially economic life. Unemployment and other economic problems continue to grow. These problems they continue to emerge requires quick handling for the government. 2. Suggestion. Past the coronavirus crisis and even the many people expect it because this virus is harmful and endangers life. One of the ways the humans can do to restore the economy is by starting to have the adherence to adhere to health protocols. So we can be sure that the economic life can run even better. Thank you.